All right, everybody, welcome back to the NCRG&D, whatever I even call this thing anymore. We are here at Rockingham for the Race the Rock 105, and it's looking like a pretty good race today. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good race today. We're starting off with a setup that is pretty much just letting off. You can brake a little bit, and it might be a little faster, but we will see what these drivers decide to do. Let's check in on the point standings before we start today. So in your leading spot, in the number 1 spot, it is the number 17 of Buff with 82 points. In the number 2 spot, it is Bad Guy, coming off of a sub win from Jake last time we were out here. In the number 07, he sits at 76 points. I can't really read it because it's really small. Other than that, we have the number 44 of Kenji, the number 33 of Limes, the number 98 of Athen, and the number 29 of Slide Job in the cut right now. And outside in the number 7 spot, or in the 7th spot, is the number 94, the number 94 of Buck. So we will see if these drivers will be able to compete today. So far we have Buck and we have Slide Job. Athen could not make it. We might see if they can make it in later, but we'll check in with the qualifying order to see who's starting up at the front today, and that is going to be Izu. We have not seen him race yet. He ran a 22.5 in qualifying, followed by Kenji, a 22.517, Slide Job with a 22.6, Tubop, who is subbing for Sebas, with a 22.650, Jake with a 22.7, Buck with a 22.729, and the following behind, because I don't remember their actual usernames. But other than that, we are getting ready to start this race, and let's go on board with our pace truck. That was a horrible transition, but our pace truck today will be Ancient, and I will undeafen, see if he wants to maybe get on the stage or anything. He's not actually he is in here, so I'll bring him on the stage. And now as we get ready to start this race here at Rockingham, I'll try to get our pace truck for the day and possibly my commentator buddy on the stage if he wants to.
Hello, Goy.
And now we have Ancient with us, so now we'll get ready to race. It looks like some of the drivers, we still got someone trying to get up, and it looks like Buck has to go to the bathroom, so we might have to wait a little bit longer. Laps for today will be 35, 35, 42, adding up to a grand total of 112. It should be pretty good. The drivers have 4 tire sets, and I have not calculated how long the fuel and tires can make it, so hopefully that is enough. And if it is not, then we will add on as the race progresses.
I'm gonna be the pit report of this race because I can't commentate to save my life.
There we go. So now we'll wait for Limes and Casey, I believe. Casey, who is a earlier D2 driver. And obviously we're waiting for Buck, who is going to the bathroom right now. Let me fly away from the center of the track. And I guess I'll just be on pit road. Hopefully the sound isn't too loud. The Roblox sound is sometimes deafening. And it looks like Buck might be back. He just spawned his truck. And now we will get ready to go. So Ancient, would you like to lead us off?
Yeah, what's pace speed?
Pace speed, go like 80, and we'll see how that is.
All right.
So we will go next time. And it looks a little laggy so far. Hopefully that'll cool down a little bit. Everybody already having problems pacing. Unfortunately, I am missing the Argentina and Cape Verde game right now, which really sucks. And it looks like it's in stoppage time right now. 1-1, but getting ready to go. We have Izu on the pole. We'll see what he's able to do in his, I believe, first start in the truck series, part-time driver. But here we go as we get ready. The pace truck goes in now, and they are going to start at the start/finish. Hopefully they know that, as Izu starting them off. Green flag is in the air, and we're going racing at the Rock. And it looks like Buck, I guess Buck might have to merge. Izu gets shuffled all the way to the back of the pack, and Jake will be your new leader now. We'll see how long he can hold it. Looks like Lime's already on the inside. Oh, I didn't fucking turn on. It's fine. I just did it anyway. My goodness. Yeah, change all one. There we go. Alright, hopefully everybody touched it. But now, Limes, your new leader, did not qualify. And we'll see what he can do here.
Buck just crashed.
And Buck got wall snagged. He is good to pit, or he can just merge and we'll just dex him on the leader. If you are able to. It is a little difficult to merge. You might be able to though. Just merge to the back of the field. I need to get back to the front here and check in. Looks like Limes is still holding on, and he's starting to get some separation now. We got Jake on the high side of Casey and Tubopt, both some subbing, or some part-time drivers, with Tubopt subbing for Sabas in the number 1 truck. And Tubopt up into the wall, and then down, almost getting into Casey again. We'll see how much this race heats up. With 112 laps today, it should go on for quite a little bit, but we will see, as Jake, last week's winner for the 07 of Bad Guy, he is driving his scheme. I don't know if Jake is subbing for him or driving for himself. As he's now a full-time driver. At least I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure he's not in D1 or D2 at the moment, or was for the time. But Lime's up into the wall a little bit, snags the wall. We'll see how he does. Holding off this lead, and 2 wide, almost 3 wide. Jake taking it with the 51 of Casey and the number 1 of Tubopt right now. But coming behind is Slide Job, and coming in pretty quick, Izu and Kenji right behind him. We'll see what they're able to do as Izu and Slide Job side by side into turn number 1 in lap number 8. Lime still running away. He hasn't had much problem, and Slide Job giving some retaliation back to the 44 for getting into him. And Kenji into the number 29 of Slide Job. No caution. But these drivers already becoming extremely aggressive. Not even 10 laps in, Slide Job takes the beating on that one. And we'll check in with Buck to see what he's going to do. He's going to stay and choose not to merge. It is not incredibly it's not impossible to merge, but it is definitely difficult. We'll see if he's able to strat this out. But now Casey finally getting away from the pack. He's got a little bit of packet loss, but out of turn number 2, racing pretty well so far with, I think, almost minimal to no practice. And unfortunately the TV cams just go into all of the structures, so they're not that great. And obviously the lag doesn't help either. And everybody kind of tapping the wall a little bit. It's going to hurt their tires and start affecting them later on. Limes trying to keep a little bit more of a conservative line, not lose too much tires compared. And some drivers just trying to hold near the back. I think Kenji almost got into it with a couple of drivers there. I'm going to get off of TV cam so I can actually see what's going on. But Slide Job finally caught back up with the 1 and the 44. He is now battling for position, and everybody now in a solid train line on the inside. We'll see if that helps that much. Kenji up into the wall out of turn number 4. And it also doesn't just mess with your tires, it also slows you down a little bit, as sometimes it can mess you up in the corner. Kenji going down to the on the number 1 truck. He seems having a little bit of issues, and Slide Job gets into him. Kenji up into the wall again. And these two are just going at it back and forth. But Limes is choosing to pit this time, 14 laps in. So we'll see how that shows, and Casey will choose to pit as well. It is a little bit difficult to get into pit road, but it's just make sure you don't speed. That is a big one, and make sure you put on your indicator. That's for sure. Into pit road, Limes does not speed, and Casey also does not speed. So we'll check back up at the front. It looks like it's going to be everybody coming in this time. Following Izu, it is Tubopt, Jake, and Slide Job, and then followed a little bit further back is Kenji. We'll see if he chooses to pit. Izu going a little bit wider. Everybody, Slide Job faking the call, and Tubopt and Jake are going to speed down pit road. Slide Job chooses not to pit. And as long as he doesn't cause any issues on track, he is perfectly fine to do so. But 2 drivers speed, and Jake, I believe, missed his stall. And now he's trying to straighten it back up. And Jake is leaving, apparently. And Jake has forfeited the race and is left. But now we check in, and your new leader is Slide Job as Buck chooses to pit. Slide is going to be the one to be, going to be the only person, or him and Kenji are the only people on the lead lap so far, as they have yet to pit, and we'll see what their plan is. We'll see if they're just going to stretch it out. Slide Job did exactly that here at whatever track was 2 weeks ago. I believe Milwaukee, or not 2 weeks ago, but 2 race weeks ago. 2 was Milwaukee. And he was able to get the win from it and able to push all the way at the end. And I think only 2 or 3 drivers finished the actual race on the lead lap. So we'll see what happens here. As Slide Job, plenty of laps ahead now. I believe Casey did pit with the leaders, so he is right now going to try to get some speed on Slide Job, but he goes into the wall. Slide Job driving more conservative, trying to save his tires, and that might help him a lot more as he's choosing to pit this time. And Kenji's going to pit the lap before. Kenji clean into pit road. We already have 1 driver who is left so far, so 7 still in this race, but not great of a sight already, as we had 16 spots open, only 8 qualified. But Slide Job trying to come in this time has no issues and gets in clean. And we'll check in with your earlier leader. I believe that was Tubopt, or possibly, oh no, Limes. It was Limes earlier. So we'll see. He is down a lap. Now he is on the, or he is now into Kenji coming out now. And we'll see if Limes can get around before Slide Job gets out of pit road. And it looks like that's possibly not going to be the sign. Yeah.
Went to overtime. Overtime came 30 yards to 1-1.
Okay.
Wanna come watch? You play your game.
I don't even know if Jake was subbing for Bad Guy or if he was just using his scheme, because Jake is literally signed full time, so I don't know what the thing was. And Lime's up into the wall. Checking in with Slide Job, I believe. Yes, he got out. No, he did not. He did not get out, but he is quite a lot of laps ahead on tires than Limes is. So we'll see if Slide Job can use that pace to catch back up. Because now he is only about a turn's length away from that number 33 truck. But we'll see what he can do as we'll check in with the battle for the lead between Izu and Limes. The number 92 of Izu unfortunately got cycled to the back of the race in the immediate beginning, but now it seems like he has a lot more pace, and with Limes, he's right on him now. Right on the back bumper of that truck. We'll see into turn number 1, bumping a little bit, and out of turn number 2 pretty clean. We'll see if they try to work together or if they're going to keep trying to fight, as every lap does matter when it comes to the full sight of most laps led. Right now, only Limes and Slide and maybe one other driver have led laps so far. Hero, yeah, no, he was running the 07, which is bad guy's number, which means technically he was subbing for him, but I don't know. I mean, he was just, he had a number, and he's like signed and everything, so I guess he was still subbing. But Izu takes the lead away, and he will lead his first full lap as Limes right on his back bumper. And Limes not giving in to the number 92 truck. They are going quick into turn number 3, and Limes, they keep it clean coming out, but we'll check in with Slide Job. Looks like he might be catching up a little bit. We'll check this next lap, about 3.1 seconds back. We'll see coming into next lap if he has caught. He did have a huge time gap from the leaders going into pit road, or going into even when they came into pit road, so we'll see if that really plays a huge role into this after getting into contact with the number 44 truck of Kenji a couple times. And it looks like Slide Job might be losing a bit of time, but you see across the line now, he is gaining a little bit. So we'll see just how quick he can get around here, as Lime's starting to lose a bit of a lead to the number 92 of Izu. Saturn, you'll just be 1 lap down. So in reference, everyone's at 29. Oh yeah, 5 to go in this stage. I need to make sure I'm keeping track of stage ends. So Saturn will be 1 lap down. So he's behind every... Who is even 1 lap down right now? Let's check in. So we only have 8 drivers, so we'll check in with 5. Kenji... So he'll be on coming in, but it looks like Limes is going to pit this time. We'll see what his plan is. As going into pit road, he does not speed pretty clean in, and we'll see what he can do. Slide Job now going to start making time on Izu. He's starting to lose a little bit though. We'll see if that pace is really changing everything. Limes able to get into pit road pretty cleanly other than that, but Izu's starting to run away even on the lesser tires than Slide Job. And Izu comes down pit road this time, clean in, and makes sure to put on his indicator. But we'll check in, and now Saturn making the appearance for the number 07 of Bad Guy. I think next season I might make it a rule where you can only have a maximum of maybe 3 subs total across the season, because Bad Guy is pretty much, other than obviously Kentucky, his entire points have been off of subs. But it looks like Casey and Tubop getting out of pit road together, possibly. We'll see where they come out. On the lead lap is Slide Job, as he's coming around to take the white flag in stage number 1. As it's going to be Slide Job, followed possibly by Buck, Izu, and Limes. We'll check in with Buck. He's now behind Izu. Oh, never mind. He's a lap ahead of Izu, actually. As Izu did come down pit road. Limes follows behind, but coming across the line, Slide Job is going to win stage number 1. It is going to be Buck, followed by Izu, I believe, and followed by Limes. So that is your top 4 for stage number 1. But we'll see what Slide Job has an offer for the rest of this race. I believe this World Cup game. Oh, it was still going on. Argentina just scored, unfortunately, in the 90s, or not. Well, not recently, but 7 minutes ago. This is now the 98th minute. We'll see if Cape Verde has a comeback for them. Oh yeah, I should probably put it back on green now, shouldn't I? So on lap 70 will be the white flag for stage number 2. Well, Hero, it would be a sub because the guy already going in was a sub, and because it is a different driver. It would be a driver swap if it was the actual driver and then swapping with somebody else, but it's technically 2 subs, but it obviously counts as 1 because it's just 1 race. We'll check in with a couple drivers. Buck in the pit road. Not too happy with whatever happened, but we'll see what happens later as Slide Job now getting caught up by the 07 of Saturn, who just had that driver swap. Saturn right now, I believe 2 laps down with how everything's gone. I don't know if he's pit yet, so he would be right around where Tubopt and others are. So we'll see. I believe that's changed laps 38. I believe so. Yeah, 2 laps down. But we'll see what Slide Job has to offer as Casey and Tubob starting to catch up now. A little bit further back, and the 2 drivers get into each other. Slide Job and Saturn. And Saturn is on the better tires, I believe, or possibly just faster in general. But Saturn right now clearing the number 29. And he is now going to run away and hope with almost no issues. Now Saturn's starting to run away from that number 1 truck. And now behind, that's going to let Casey and Tubob, who are on much newer tires, get around Slide Job. It would be best for Slide Job to just let them. And that is going to happen. But now everybody pretty much down a lap except for Slide Job. We'll see if this race stays the same. And if obviously we have a caution, and Tubob and Slide Job up under the wall. Tubob entering the corner. Not the greatest. I guess he lagged coming into turn number 2. And getting Slide Job up into the wall. Tubob all over the place. Possibly just lagging a lot. Hopefully not, but unfortunate for that driver. As now we see Kenji on the newer tire starting to catch up to the 29 truck. And the 29 truck is choosing to pit this time. So we will see what happens. And 2 drivers have already used full tire sets. So we'll see if they can even make it to the end. And Saturn has problems in pit road. He slams into the tire barrel, or he slams into the tire barrel, or the barrels, and messes up his pit entry. So that's great for him. Now we'll see what Izu can do. As coming into turn number 3, Slide Job, I believe, will choose to take... Slide Job will choose to take half tires. And Izu coming around now, he is going to unlap himself. Or he's going to, not just unlap himself, but take the lead away. And Limes, followed by Buck. I don't know if they're not battling for position right now. Limes and Buck are just battling in general. And I'll check in to see who has better tires here. So see, okay, well, Buck is running away, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But we will see Izu, your new leader, on lap 47, 23 to go in the stage until the white flag, followed by 42, and then this race is over. So we will check in here and there. Let's just go on board with Izu for right now. Oh. He is crashed. Oh, hard crash, Izu. And that's gonna be caution coming out. He is driving backwards. Driver going backwards, driver going backwards. And Izu has left the game. And now there is a dead truck on the track. I'll try to catch it. Oh, it's gone. Okay, good. All right, well, everybody line up. From there, so Slide Job followed by Casey, followed by Kenji, followed by Two Bobs, and everybody just start following the pace truck of Ancient. Don't know what happened. We'll try to see what it was. Well, pits are going to be open this time. So we'll see what happens. Saturn is going to get himself back on 1 lap down. I believe he is, but pits are open this time, so drivers, you are able to pit, and we are restarting with only 1 lane. Slide Job almost didn't turn on his indicator. Everyone's coming down pit road, and I don't think anybody's going to speed, and nobody's not gonna turn on their indicator. Bucky, yes, you can unlap yourself, but you already went down pit road, so you'll just go TTB and be on the lead. Let me see. Well, let me check. With everybody else, I'm going to check. I'm going to sit with Slide Job. Well, actually, no. Who's even behind the pace truck? I'm just going to sit with Ancient. And we'll check in with Buck. And I didn't even know the order was going in. Buck was only 1 lap down if he was leading the lap cars, and he's good because Saturn was leading the lap cars of 2 to go, and he was in the lead. Ancient, can you pace at 60 just so I have a little bit more time? So now, okay, so yeah, Buck will be on the lead lap, and then Saturn will be on 1 lap down. So let's check in and see. So Buck's on 50, Slide Job's on 51. Okay, so Buck, go around and get your lap back. Everybody else, stay behind the pace truck. And we will go next time if Buck can get around. Izu, you are TTB of the people on the lead lap. You will get your tire set. If anybody can I get somebody to dex Izu's tires to the thing is, if Izu, who didn't pit? Did anybody not pit, or did pretty much everybody pit? Remove half a tire set. Yeah, do with the pits. Pretty much everybody. Limes is the only person who didn't pit. I mean, Yuzu was gonna pit anyway, right? So like, just take him half a tire set down and give him 100. I mean, it depends on what his tires were. So, but he'll be dead last of the line. We might have to go. Okay, we're going green next time just so he can get back. If Yuzu's even over here. So GNT again, GNT again. Well, Casey, I believe, took full tire sets on everything. So we'll see. Izu, okay, he's caught back up. We will go green next time. With 16 or 15 to go. So now we're getting ready to go green. And we'll see what this restart has in store for us. We'll see if Casey can even make it to the end of this race, as we are barely even, oh, actually we're not even halfway, technically. So we'll see what happens with him. But the pace truck will be going into pit road this time, and Limes will be the man to get us going green here. So we will see. as Ancient down into pit road this time. Restart on the start/finish, and Limes will be the one to start us here. Green flag back in the air, and we're back racing here at the Rock, and we'll see what this restart has in store as Tubopt already to the inside of the 44 of Kenji. He's going to get sent up to the top, and behind a little bit of bumping with Izu, Saturn, and Buck. The only person on the only person allowed down, I believe, Saturn, who is subbing for Bad Guy right now, or who is jumping in for Jake, who is subbing for Bad Guy. But now 2 wide for the lead, as it is Limes and Sly Job into turn number 1. They're going to get into contact. And out of turn number 2, they keep it clean. That lets Casey and Tubopt into the mix now. And you guys might not be able to see it with the amount of lag there is. But they are all fighting hard right now. And behind, we'll check in. It looks like Izu and Buck into each other. Limes slowing down a lot. I believe he must probably got into contact with another driver. We'll see Slide Job now running away, and Tubopt up into the wall, and he's spun around. He will save it off the very end. Unfortunate for him. Tubopt is wrecked, but he does save it right at the end there. And we'll check in with everybody else. Slide Job in the lead by a long shot now, looking like Limes right now. But Izu has made his way all the way up into second place after DCing and getting stuck all the way to the back of the restart. Now we have a lot more spacing between these drivers. And with about 13 laps to go, now 12 laps to go, we'll see what happens, and we'll see if Izu can match the pace with Slide Job, as they have the same amount of tires. But the drivers behind starting to space out a little bit more. Casey, I believe, gets into the wall a little bit. Probably does not have very good tires, and he only has 1 set left, so he's really going to have to make this last a long time. But now Slide Job into out of turn number 2. And into turn number 3. Still holding a pretty sizable lead against Izu, but it doesn't look like it's going to stand for long. And followed behind him is Buck and Saturn. So see there, but oh, I believe 2 drivers. No, they're pitting. I thought they got into each other. They are pitting. So it's going to be Limes and Kenji. We'll see how they end up out of pit road. But the 4 drivers who are closest to the front right now are Slide Job, Izu, Buck, and Saturn. We'll see what they have in store. About 9 laps to go in stage number 2. Izu is right catching to that number 29 truck. We'll see if he's able to get to him in time, as he's been able to get a lot of time on that number 29. But with laps winding down, will he be able to make the pass? As it's one thing to catch, but another thing to pass in these trucks, especially at Rockingham, without just blatant sending. And there is no problem with it as long as it is not does not cause any further issues. But Kenji now, as we see the soon-to-be lap truck, if he can't get the speed up, Izu's not a lap down because he DC, so he's just TTB. And he pit, so he's TTB of everyone. But now Izu's caught back up to the front, and now he's at Slide Job. Oh yeah, that probably doesn't help. But I mean, regardless, he wasn't leading, so at least it didn't matter. Izu laps, was it 48 to go? I don't even know. I would need to fucking check the leaderboard. 60. Yeah, you do it. You do it, because I can't tab into the leaderboard while I'm watching this. Izu up to the lead now. They're both gonna almost get into the wall. Very close there, but now it's 6. It's 5 to go this time. Izu getting forced up to the top by Slide Job, who takes a much deeper line into the apron. He's now going to take the lead away. We'll see if Izu can get a run coming out and make a move going into turn number 3. He's going to bump the 29 truck, but it's not going to hurt him that much. Izu almost into the wall once again, and these 2 drivers are just absolutely going at it as Saturn goes down pit road this time, and Buck's starting to catch up now with the battling of these 2 trucks. as Izu is just absolutely being relentless on the back bumper of this 29 truck. We'll see if he's able to get around him again with only 3 to go this time in stage number 2. We might get a good battle if these two aren't forced to pit, and we know Slide Job most likely won't, even if he has to, because he is one for saving at pretty much every track that we go to so far in his 3rd start in the truck series. Izu is just all over him, and he gets to the top, but will he be able to make a move? Tries to slide down, and he's gonna get there. Izu to the inside of Slide Job. He now has a chance to make a move, or he now has a chance to hold this position for points, but he's not going to be able to. Slide Job makes the crossover, and he's now down to the inside. White flag in the air for stage number 2. Slide Job holding him off. Will he be able to hold him off for 2 more turns? And into turn number 3, Izu is going to send it down the inside, and Slide Job gets a little sideways, but he's going to hold on, and Slide Job is going to win stage number 2, and Izu's going to pit with him. And Buck, he's saying he ran out. He has 1 tire set left, but Slide Job and Izu are going to choose to pit this time, and it looks like they might try to sit with relatively the same strategy here, as Izu will be the first to go in, and we'll see what their strategies are into pit road. Tubop now it looks like, for as of right now, like the only person on track. And now coming across, Limes across the line, Buck across the line, Casey and Saturn. And coming out of pit road, Slide Job looks pretty quick. We'll see if Izu can get out quickly. And he's getting gassed, and it's taking forever. Slide Job is going to be able to jump him in pits. And Slide Job is going to be able to get out with the lead. And we'll see if anybody is able to take the part away. Oh yeah, it's been the checkered flag. So we'll check in with that. I believe it was Slide Job, Izu, probably Limes and Buck. But we'll check in after the race is over. But now 40 laps to go here at the Rock. Slide Job with a semi-comfortable lead on Izu, but behind Limes, only 3 seconds back, maybe only 1 turn behind. He now has a chance to battle if he's able to hold on with lesser tires. Izu 1.5 back. We'll see if he's able to catch. 40 laps to go is a lot of time for any of these drivers, but if you're not consistent, it can be a long and very sad race for you. But we will see. As checking in with the World Cup, Argentina and Cape Verde are going to go into penalty shootout because it is 2-2, and Argentina could not seal the deal. So now other than that, though, across the line with 37 laps to go, Izu is starting to catch up to this 29 truck already. 1.482 on him, as he was about 1.5. And Buck right now having some troubles on the track, the only person using chat at the moment, as everybody else just trying to lock in for this race. We get a little bit of freeze, but we will check in. Izu catching about a 10th a lap, so we'll see what his plan is. Slide Job has 2, and Izu has 2 as well. I don't know if Izu got a extra half tire set for getting pole, or if he already used it. He didn't, so he should have 2.5 because he didn't extra use his. He pit with everybody else, so change. So now Izu's at 2.5, and he's now catching quite a lot to Slide Job. I believe about 2/10 on that leader, and everybody else trying to hold on behind. Buck in 3rd place and Casey following close behind him. We'll see what these two are able to do if they're able to strat it out. But Slide Job looks like he has the strat figured out. But we're not counting out Izu. He's flying behind. Wonder if Slide Job will be the one to save. Actually, no. They didn't actually. The game didn't end. Argentina just scored in the 111th minute. So we'll see if Cape Verde is able to do anything. But it doesn't really look like it. They tried and they tried. But Izu now on a Slide Job. Another 2/10 knocked off of that lead. We'll see if they're able to catch. If there's any way. Checking in with Buck and Casey. They are at it. And Casey trying to get to the inside of Buck, but he is cutting him off every way he can. Finally gets to the inside. Casey putting him into the wall a little bit. That's not going to help either of the two drivers. And we'll check in back up with this lead. Izu now right behind the 29 of Slide Job. We got a little bit of smoke on the wall. I think that is from Tubopt. But now Izu only 4/10 behind this leader. He is just absolutely hawking him down right now. And Kenji's coming into pit road this time. But checking in with Buck. Still holding off the number 51 truck. Back up at the front. Izu still catching a 10th a lap. Holding on pretty well to the second place and possibly going for the lead sooner rather than later. Out of turn number 4, Izu now catching slowly, but catching nonetheless. If he's able to hold on and get to behind that 29 truck, he will be absolutely dangerous soon enough. Buck, oh, into Tubop, slamming into him. Buck, I believe, having lag issues, and a bunch of the cars exiting pit road get into contact with the trucks. Buck right now slowing down quite a lot. Looks like he's having some internet issues. He loses third place to Casey. And Casey now having trouble with people exiting pit road. Back up at the front, Izu still trying to catch Slide Job. Slide Job trying to hold off with only 26 laps to go. Both of them have pit, but can they make it to the end is the question. They have more than enough tire sets, but we'll see if they're going to even choose to pit. Izu with a huge run out of turn number 2. He's going to make the move to the inside, and Izu is into the wall and not clear. Slide Job crossing over to the inside. These two are going to be going at it, looks like, for the rest of this race. And even with the jump that Slide Job had, Izu still caught back up to him. Izu trying to hold on to the outside. He has no way to clear the 29 truck of Slide Job since he has the holding he's able to hold the inside. Izu still there though. Everybody is just absolutely going at it so far. And Saturn is out of pit road. Okay, I thought he was up in the wall for a second. We'll see. Izu's going to choose to pit this time, and that's going to let Slide Job keep stretching it out. We'll see what his plan is if he's able to hold on to it. And Ancient talking about a potential jinx here, but we'll see if Slide Job's able to do it. Buck looks like he misses a stall, comes back in though. Izu, no trouble, and gets into the back of the 94 truck. And he's in Izu's stall. Buck into Izu's stall. Izu is able to get in cleanly, but not with a little bit of trouble there. And Izu gets shoved back due to the... If he pit. Izu, I believe you already pit. Izu pitting twice. You were at 2.5 and now you're at... Oh, I guess not. I don't know what happened. It wouldn't let you. Buck not pulling a very smart moment for him, but that's going to let Slide Job get even more time on that number 92 truck. And we'll see if Slide Job has what it takes to win this race. not able to go back to back with the win at Kansas, but he was able to win at Milwaukee. And we'll see if it is another strategy fueled race for the number 29 truck. And if he's able to hold on to the lead in the cutoff compared to Buck so far with the stage 1 and stage 2 win, and possibly most likely most laps led so far, it looks like he might be able to jump him by quite a lot. 19 to go this time, and we'll see what happens. The lap's just winding down. Lime's now ahead of Buck, who is 2 laps down from the leader. And Slide Job choosing to pit this time. That might let a couple drivers actually get on the lead lap. As we'll see if Slide Job is clean in. 2-bopped. Checking him. Oh, into the 44. And hits a wall pop. And I don't know what's going on. 2-bopped. Something is going horribly wrong for 2-bopped here. As the sub for Sabaz seems to have the same amount of luck as that driver. Slide Job getting out pretty clean. Limes, though, if he can make it to the end of this race, he probably has a chance to win it. Slide Job coming out of pit road now. And Limes coming out of turn number 4. We'll see if Slide Job can get it up to speed before Limes catches up, and he most likely will. As Limes into turn number 2, but Slide Job already almost up to speed. And Limes only about half a turn's length away. But we'll see. It looks like Slide Job able to get it up to speed quick, and now with fresher tires, he will definitely be able to make it to the end of this race. And Slide Job possibly will win if it holds. If he's able to, if no something comes out, and with 16 laps to go, if he can just hold on to this lead, not have any problems, and he will definitely not have to pit. We will see, unfortunately, with a pit road incident involving Buck and Izu. Izu is now stuck in 4th place to Buck, who is in 3rd place. And we'll have to see how much of a problem that was. Limes, I believe, pitting this time. He is. And now Buck is in 2nd place. Can he make it to the end? We know the leader can, but can Buck make it to the end? We know Izu probably can because he pit 2nd closest. And Limes now. But we'll see what that pit does to him. As Buck no longer has no more tire sets. Slide Job about half the track's length away from 2nd place so far. A little bit of freeze lag. 13 to go now. Will the laps wind down in Slide Job's favor? And it looks like Casey and Izu are fighting for, or not fighting for position, but possibly just fighting. We will see Buck on half fuel. If he can stretch it out, he will be able to get 2nd place. But will unfortunately probably not gain that. Will not gain any points on Slide Job. Possibly Athen, who sits right above Slide Job. We'll see. But Casey right now starting to drop back from Izu. No problems there. Izu holding on to 3rd after the issues. And Slide Job sitting comfortably in the lead out of turn number 2 with 11 to go. Will he be able to make it to the end? Sitting with a very comfortable lead. Started the strat in the 1st stage. Even with the caution, was able to start a lead, and even with Izu, was still able to hold it well. Casey hits a wall pop. He's able to stave it. An unfortunate scenario for some of these drivers with a couple of wall pops that are here. And that just shows how much you need to keep yourself away from the wall as much as possible. With 8 to go, Slide Job holding this lead. Buck right now sitting with a comfortable lead on third place car Izu, about 2 turns ahead of that driver. And if it stands, he will take second with Slide Job in the lead. Slide Job looking to clean out the stages with 7 to go this time. And Slide Job into the wall. Looks like he's lagging a little bit. Out of turn number 2. The lead is still huge. And into the wall once again. Hopefully he's not wasting it, ruining his tires here. I believe he does have a much, or does have a lot. I'll check in with Dex real quick. That would help me. Of course, it is going to take forever to load. We'll check in with Slide Job. Yeah, never mind. But with 4 to go, Slide Job holding a comfortable lead still. Hopefully he is able to make it around. With how much he has left, 42 tires, he will absolutely be able to make it around the track. But now he has 2 drivers with him. Fortunately, gonna just pass and run away. But Slide Job able to make it. If nothing else happens, Slide Job will win this race. And everybody else holding pretty strong behind. Across the line, Slide Job takes us 2 to go this time by. And even with 2 bopped a little bit. Oh, Slide Job turning the number 1 truck of 2 bopped. As he's just trying to make it around now. 2 bop not very happy with that. But out of turn number 4, white flag this time by for Slide Job. And we only had 1 race where a driver blew a tire on the final lap and lost, but Slide Job will absolutely not have to worry about that with the tires he has saved in this stage. And into turn number 3 for the final time, it's gonna be Slide Job to cross the line, because out of turn number 4, he leads them. Slide Job wins here at The Rock. And following him will be Buck. Will he be able to make it? It looks like he will. And Buck across the line to take second. Izu behind them coming out of turn number 4. Oh, 2 bobbed. Almost getting into Izu across the line. Izu into 3rd. And I believe Limes will take 4th place. The Slide Job, your winner for today. Another strategy field race for that number 29 truck. And was able to win off of it. Oh yeah, stop going around people, please. You've already crossed the line, don't cross it again. Buck, don't cross the line. Buck, don't cross the line. Easy, don't cross the line. Nobody cross the line. So I can see the who finished where. All right. A great race for the number 29 truck once again here at the shorter intermediates, or just the shorter tracks in general. These flat track, or these bank tracks don't seem to be too bad for this driver. And now we need somebody to give him his smoke and set his, well, actually, I think it's automatically going to be like that. But a great race for the number 29 truck regardless. After the burnouts and pit road photo, we will bring people up for interviews once again. Unfortunate for Cape Verde. 2-3 in stoppage time. Hero's even still in the game. Here, I need you to do the thing. Hero. I need you to do the thing. Give him his fucking smoking gravity. Another great win for the number 29 truck. Actually, I'm not gonna do fucking I'm not gonna do fucking interviews. I don't give a shit. Into pit road, the number 29 truck goes. And make sure to not hop out of your truck yet. Here, get out. Hello, Hero, stop jumping me. Let me do it. Hero, you're retarded. Hate you, dude. Because you were there. You shouldn't have been there. Get out of here. Hero, you're banned forever. This is all your fault, Hero. You're getting P-banned after this race is after these pictures are done. Alright, we're done. That was another race in the NASCAR Crown Royale Grand National Division. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you all for coming to this race. Hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you all next week at New Hampshire as we take on another short track here in the NCRG&D. Other than that, I will see you all next time.